All the Juggalos in recovery.
All right, it is now 8:30. So I'm going to start this meeting. Welcome everyone to the meeting of Juggalos in Recovery. We're glad you are all here, especially any new people watching on Facebook. The first rule of Juggalos in Recovery is we tell everyone about Juggalos in Recovery. The second rule is the want to kick your addiction in the balls. The third rule is call your mom. On a serious note, my name is D, and I'll be hosting the meeting. We are here to fight back against our addiction and enjoy our lives. If you're fighting an addiction, then I'm glad you are here. If you are here just to support or us or someone you know, then thank you. We respect that. This meeting is held every Friday at 8:30. The room opens at 8 with music going. Juggalos in Recovery is an open choice meeting. While this is an open meeting, we ask you to share only if you have the desire not to use. Now I'm going to read the steps. Step 1, we admitted we were powerless over our addiction, that we couldn't handle life anymore. Step 2, we came to believe the carnival could help us screw our fucking heads on straight. Step 3, we made a decision not to only serve ourselves, but also our community. Step 4, we looked at ourselves deeply without fear to recognize the good and bad in us all. Step 5, we opened up to the carnival, ourselves, and other juggalos about the shitty and not so shitty things we did during our lives. Step 6, we were entirely ready to have our community take our flaws and show us how to make them our strengths. Step 7, we asked humbly that the carnival take our flaws and guide us to the path of Shangri-La. Step 8, we made a list of all persons we hurt during our lives and became willing to admit our fuck-ups and change our ways. Step 9, we forgive ourselves as long as we try to fix our fuck-ups without causing any more drama. Step 10, we continue to fix ourselves daily as soon as we realize we fucked up. Step 11, the truth of the matter is we can lean on our Juggalo family so we can find happiness. Step 12, having our eyes open to this new way of life. We now carry this message to other addicts, whether Juggalo or not, because every human matters. So I've been doing, for those who haven't been here before, I've been doing basically a step a week with the principle behind the steps. So we are on step 3. We made a decision not to only serve ourselves, but also our community. So after taking the first couple steps in recovery and admitting that we're powerless and practicing the principle honesty that comes in that, and then step 2, finding hope and coming to believe that the carnival or your higher power, whatever it is, could straighten out your life and make a difference. We now come to step 3, where we decide to not keep participating in the things that we did in addiction, which was selfishness and self-centeredness and focused only on us and what we could get, right? And we made a decision to help other people, to get out of ourselves, to get out of our own way. And that's what we're doing when we're doing step 3 is giving ourselves up to our higher power to better serve other people that we could help that are in our community. And the principle behind step 3 is surrender. So I chose the songs Take Me Away because that's about our community, that's about our family. And I chose the song Homies because those are the ones that we're trying to help here. Like now that we've done 1, 2, and 3, like we're trying to help other people out of addiction. Like, and if it wasn't for somebody extending the hand to me and showing me the way that there was another way out, I don't know if I would have made it on my own. So one of my jobs is to serve my community, whether it's my Juggalo community or my recovery community. And not only my job, but I'm very active in the rooms down here. And part of serving my community is not running on my own self-will, is to help other people. Because my whole life was self-will ran riot that led me to lots of bad decisions, a lot of drug abuse, a lot of mental problems, a lot of other things that were all of my own making. And when I decided to change and to not think of myself, but to think of the other people that I can help, is definitely one of the hardest things to, not run on my own will, to take advice from others, to care about others, to try to help others. If anybody wants to share on step 3 and how they see step 3, or how they live or experience step 3, the meeting will be open for anybody who wants to share. I think with 18 years of alcohol and drug addiction, that was the hardest thing, was not to always think, what am I going to get out of every situation? And self-serving myself all the time, whatever benefits me, that's what I'm going to do. And now my days are ran on, how can I benefit my family? How can I benefit my kids? How can I help my community? How can I help my friends? How can I help the addict that still suffers? Right? All those things are not of my will. That's of the carnival will. That's of my higher powers will. That's of my God's will. Because those are all things out of my control that I can only help when those opportunities arise.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the things that is the major driving force behind what it is that we do, is lifting everybody else up in our community, sacrificing our own shit to help other people enjoy their own shit a little bit better. Because without the support from the community and trying to just get your head straight, like, there is no enjoying yourself.
I totally agree that I do not enjoy myself when I am causing more damage by being selfish and self-centered out there, but I do enjoy myself when I feel the purpose of helping somebody else that's new to the program. Josie.
Yeah, I would say I'm exhausted and life is freaking crazy today. But I would say helping others, or wasn't, I was trying to pay attention, but I am inside a gas station. There's incidents happening today I have to deal with. So basically helping keep kids safe right now until their mom can get here. Not fun, but got
So
this.
it's step 3, which is
Sorry.
we made a decision to not only serve ourselves but also our community. And the principle behind that step is surrendering. Basically from surrendering our selfish
Okay, now I'm
ways,
listening.
self-serving ourselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
make
would
our
definitely
will
say.
up to do something that's of a higher purpose.
Yeah, I would say definitely today. Been there. That's what basically I'm doing. I would say I'm tired. I want to rest. I had to do a bunch of stuff today, and then my wallet got stolen. So now, yeah, dealing with losing basically everything. I've already had to go through freaking fraud with my card and everything else, and now, boom, here's this because we were helping my boyfriend's mom with his kids, and yeah, boom, things like explode. Not everyone's good, but it's all good, at least on making sure we're safe and the kids are safe, I guess. So yeah, I would say that's definitely a step that I'm definitely doing today, but it's a pain in the butt. It's not fun staying calm in messed up situations at all.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, like, serving our community can get us into chaotic situations, and serving a community is not always easy. It's mentally stressful to help another alcoholic or addict. It could be very straining, and that a hard part for me in my recovery was learning the personal boundaries of when am I helping and when am I just like feeding into what they want, because they don't really want the help. You know what I mean? Like, when am I'm pushing my will on somebody else, or when am I just letting them come to me and being of service to them, which is a very fine line, because you'll have a lot of people that will drag you into their chaos and their stuff, but they're not really ready to, accept it. Chris, go ahead.
It's one of those things. I stopped forcing myself to be available for everybody and forcing myself into situations. I'm available to the people who need me. I'm available when it's necessary, but I no longer insert myself into situations that I'm not invited into. Just because more often than not, that leads to me essentially just enabling somebody's bad behavior because they want an excuse more than
Yeah.
me helping somebody that actually needs the help.
Yeah, I would say definitely today with what we've had to go through, it's kind of one of those situations with the people he's got to deal with, and he wants his life back, and so do I. And that's why already we were trying to figure out the situation to take ourselves out of it, because it's not fair. Because literally, we're both exhausted and have plans to do. I had to pay my phone bill and shit, and now I've got to wait and deal with a freaking police report, and they weren't doing stuff. They didn't go after him and look for him. So my wallet and shit is probably going to be gone. I'm not ready to have to replace everything all over again. Definitely, I'd say basically a fuck the world type of day. But even with the officer, when I talked to him for an update, he said some things are just, it is what it is. And we're doing the right thing. So I would say hearing a cop say that to me and actually being like nice to me and me being respectful to him and getting it back, I would definitely say for how I've been and how I've talked and what I've gone through lately, it's kind of like a shocker all around. Because I couldn't do this before. I would have broke down already.
I mean, it's one of those things, like not every situation where you offer your help to somebody is going to end up in a favorable condition. Hard truths are hard truths, and some people just aren't ready for the help. And sometimes the help that you're able to give somebody isn't what they need.
I always try to make sure, like, is this my self-will in this situation, or is this one of those divine things where things just lined up at the right time, right? Like, so just recently, like, we were talking the last meeting with my little brother in detox. I wanted to help him plenty, but I pushed him way far away until he was ready. And what happens? There's a hurricane coming through Florida. I'm not at work. The storm hasn't hit yet. He calls and goes, I want to go to detox. That's divinely lining up because I didn't go chasing him. I pushed him so far away, like, I don't even want to talk to you. And then I get the phone call and everything's just right in line. And I'm like, all right, let's go get you into detox. You're ready this time? I hope this is the last time. I'm going to help you. I'm not going to force my way on you. Especially with family, it's tough. And my job working in recovery, though, like, that is my job to help people. But unless they come to talk to me about struggles or step work or whatever it may be, like, I don't have nothing to say to you. But when you're acting out, I'm going to tell you maybe you should work some steps or do something because it's obviously showing. But unless I'm asked to be of service or go speak somewhere or to do something, like, I wait for it to come to me these days because I've suffered through a lot of heartache and watching a lot of people pass away from wanting them to do good and seeing that potential in them that I kept giving and giving and giving and see the growth and the progress. And then when everything went south and they're not here anymore, I'm the one stuck, feeling a certain way because by doing that, I grow these expectations and attachments. Right. So that was a hard thing to learn how to handle.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing with me. I stopped putting myself in the situation where I was consistently there when people were fucking up and just let it be known that if you fuck up and you need help, I can be available for you. But I'm not going to go out of my way to push my help on somebody who just isn't ready for it. Because in the end, that just ends up with a whole bunch of bullshit that's stuck on me and not the people who actually need to take the time to think about their shit.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, and I would say that's awesome about him actually wanting to go. And that did line up perfectly, and that's sweet. But yeah, I would definitely say I've been doing the same thing. That's why today is messed up in a sense, because it wasn't on us. Basically, things lined up right so that way we can be here for those kids. And we made sure they're not in harm's way right now. So anything that goes from here, it's not on us. We're waiting. Who knows how long, but yeah, we're doing the right thing by keeping them out of an unsafe car.
Yeah, and what you lost is replaceable. Nobody's life or your sobriety is replaceable. So like you're on the right path. What is this, like 5, 6, 7 meetings in a row I've seen here?
Yeah, trying. I almost wasn't gonna jump on now just because I was watching them and they kept talking to me, and I was like, nope, I need to do this right this second because I've been trying not to scream, not to cry, and all that. So I was like, no, I'm gonna take a few seconds for myself now.
I mean, for me, I look forward to the Zoom meetings. I look forward to my in-person meeting. It's always a learning experience and different perspectives, and it's always something I look forward to. Because just like this says, not only serving ourselves but our community. Even if they're not here in the room, but later when they watch the recording, maybe somebody gets something out of something. But this is literally what I look forward to every week, is this hour a day to talk with my community and my brothers and my sisters, and talk with my family, and get some sort of peace, from it, some sort of relief from it. And that keeps me going. If I didn't have my community to lean into, and vice versa, like I wouldn't see a point to staying sober, like I have a good network of people and friends, and tons of people that I've met along the way that inspired me to keep doing it no matter what.
I mean, that's the whole thing is, we don't do this for ourselves. While it is ultimately good for us, but we do it for everybody else who needs it.
Exactly. I would definitely say it's nice on bad days I have and on good days. That's why either way I've been trying to jump on to everyone. I would say I can't wait until we can actually all be in person and have a meeting at some point, because that will be exciting. I wish I was at the gathering this year when it happened, but shit happened with health, but I had to stay home. That's why either way I've been trying to jump on to what happened with health, but I had to stay home. That's why either way I've been trying to jump on to what happened with health, but I had to stay home. That's why
Oh, oops.
That was weird.
Yeah, no, other screen popped up and I didn't have it unmuted. Hey Stacy, hey Miss Sober. Nice of you to join us.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like good days, bad days, every day in between. Having sense of community is more beneficial than not.
Letting other people know that they belong, and that knowing that we belong somewhere, and that we matter and they matter, is a huge thing in recovery.
Yeah, and in life in general too, I would say, even without the recovery portion, just in general, checking in with everyone is good with everything going on right now in the world.
For any of those tuning in late or just coming in the room, the meeting was on step 3. We made a decision not to only serve ourselves, but also our community, and also the principle behind it, which is surrendering, basically not living our life's ran on self-will. And another thing I was just thinking about, like, it's not only just not serving ourselves or our community, but like I was saying earlier, like I have my kids, my family, my autistic brother, all those people, like I wouldn't be able to help them if I wasn't sober. which is a part of not being and still like in my self-will and my self-centeredness and my selfishness.
I feel that too. So much of our life is subject to the service that we do. And we're constantly on this path of helping other people. And the only way that we're able to maintain that is by helping ourselves at first and foremost and staying